right. Hey, how are you doing today?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Before we get started here, I want to let you know that this interview is for my final class assignment. Everything we cover is completely confidential and only used for educational purposes. Today we'll do a full biosocial intake, so I'll ask questions about your background, health, your mental health, your family, relationships, work, stuff like that. Just a good background. If anything feels uncomfortable or you need a break, just let me know and we'll take a break. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. Let's get started. Let me pull up my notes here. All right. So, to begin, can you tell me in your own words what's been going on lately and what brought you in today?
Honestly, stress. It feels like everything's piling up, and I'm just exhausted. Whether it's
Mm,
work, my responsibilities, or just not having time to relax.
all right. That sounds difficult. When you say piling up, and when you say up, what does that feel like to you physically and mentally?
Mentally, it's like my brain won't shut off, and physically, I feel tense, tired, and drained.
Mm. What do you notice triggers those feelings the most?
Usually work stress, or when I feel like it all hits at once.
Mhm. I can relate to that. All right, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how heavy does this stress feel most days?
Probably like a 7 on average, I'd say.
Mhm. All right, thank you for sharing that. We'll try to understand today where the stress is coming from and how to help you.
All right.
Um, so we're gonna start your some medical history questions real quick. So let's talk about your physical health and how would you describe your current health overall?
I'd say average. Not too bad, not too good.
Okay. When you wake up, do you feel real well rested or do you wake up tired?
Usually tired. Even if I get to sleep, I don't feel well rested.
Mhm. How long has that been happening, do you think?
I'll say a few months.
Mm. So a good while. Okay, sleep plays a huge part in mental health. Do you snore? Or has anyone ever mentioned that to you?
I've been told I snore sometimes, but it's not super. I don't. It doesn't happen all the time. Just
Mhm. How about your appetite? Do you notice changes like overeating or undereating or stress eating even?
no. I mean, I'll skip meals if I'm busy or overwhelmed, but that's really all I notice.
Hmm. Um, do you consume a lot of caffeine regular?
I drink energy drinks at work, but that's it.
How many per day would you say? Like when you say at work, like
I'd say 1 to 2 a day.
mm, okay. And then coffee on the weekends.
Maybe sometimes.
All right. Do you use nicotine?
Um, occasionally.
Um, how about alcohol?
Rarely. I drink on like vacation or like special occasions, but not just a everyday thing. No,
Or every weekend even.
no,
All right. Any history of head injuries or concussions?
no. Not that I'm aware of.
Any chronic pain that you have or have you noticed? Back pain, joint pain, muscle pain?
Yeah, my back hurts from work sometimes. It's a pretty physical demanding job.
Mm. How often would you say this happens?
Um, few days a week.
Mhm. Um, how does that pain affect your mood or ability to relax?
Um, when my back hurts, I get more irritable and I don't want to do anything with my fiance or my kid or anything.
Mm. Um, alright, now okay. Now let's go into your, mental health get into your mental health. Have you ever experienced anxiety, depression, or intense worry?
I think I deal with anxiety the most. Overthinking, worrying about things I can't control.
Um, can you describe what overthinking looks like for you?
Yeah, I replay scenarios in my head. I imagine like worst case scenarios. I think about work problems after work. It's an ordeal.
Do you notice physical symptoms when you're anxious?
Yeah, my heart races. My chest feels tight, and I get restless.
Mm. Do you ever feel down or depressed?
I wouldn't say depressed, more like frustrated or overwhelmed.
Have you had any periods where you lost interest in things that you normally enjoy?
Yeah, when I'm really stressed, I don't want to do anything.
Mhm. How is your confidence or self-esteem?
Um, it's okay, but it could be better. I'm hard on myself, so
Do you ever feel guilt or feeling like you're not doing enough?
yeah, a lot, especially even when I'm trying my best.
Do you ever feel hopeless?
Not hopeless, just tired.
Mm. All right, and just to check for safety, do you have any suicidal thoughts?
No, nothing like that.
Good, good. If that ever changes, always reach out. You are not alone. All right, so I'm going to dive into some social, family, work, and relationship history.
Okay.
Um, let's start by talking about your social environment. Um, and who do you live with?
I live with my fiance and my son.
All right. How would you describe the home environment emotionally?
Loving and supportive. Really just normal stress, bills, responsibilities. That's about it.
Mhm. So how do you think your communication is with your loved ones?
Mm, I'd say pretty good. I can get quiet, especially if I'm like overwhelmed or I'm thinking about a whole lot. I'd say for the most part, pretty good.
Um, in your words, how would you handle conflict?
Um, I think I shut down. I don't like to like talk about things. Like my emotions get the best of me sometimes. And I just would rather not deal with it rather than talk it out and communicate.
Mhm. Um, so in saying that, do you feel like you can express your emotions easily?
Sometimes, but not all the time. I hold stuff in.
Tell me about work. What do you do?
I work a physical job. I build cabinets and countertops and long hours, a lot of lifting and pulling, and just yeah, just a physical job.
How stressful is work, would you say, on a daily basis?
It's pretty stressful. I feel pressure to work fast and do everything right, and especially when I have to work multiple positions and fix other people's mistakes and that good stuff. So
Do you ever worry about job scrutiny?
security.
Security, yeah. Job security.
Um, Sometimes, but I mean the environment can be pretty unpredictable, but eh, I'm pretty secure where I'm at.
Does work stress affect how you feel at home?
Depends on the day, but yeah, I can bring that home with me some days.
Mhm. How about finances? Would you say money stress affects your mental health?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, like my responsibilities, like bills and all that, and I work super hard to earn the money that I get, and if I don't have enough, if I just scrape by, it's stressful. Like I should be doing better, and I wish I was doing better.
Mhm. Um, how would you describe your friendships?
I have a couple of close friends. I don't get to spend much time with them, but I would say I have a few that I could count on if I needed
Mhm.
them.
Um, do you feel lonely or isolated?
Um, Sometimes not lonely emotionally, just like I don't get out much. Like I'm always working, coming home, doing like adult stuff, and then repeat, repeat, repeat.
All right. Um, just give me a few minutes. All right. All right. Let's talk about your childhood a bit. How was your relationships with your parents growing up?
Good overall. I mean, there were some stressful times, but we managed.
Um, did you feel safe? Did you feel emotion? Did you feel safe emotionally? I'm sorry about that. Took me a minute to get that out.
Um, Most of the time, things are pretty unstable sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Um, alright. Did you ever experience trauma, loss, violence, addiction in the home, or instability?
There was some. I mean, maybe a little of all of it, but yeah, there was some addiction in my family, instability. Like always moving houses.
Mhm.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, some family members that kind of took a toll on all of us. Heartbreak.
mhm. um, do you think any of those childhood patterns still affect your stress or coping skills today?
Yeah, I think I learned to bottle things up instead of talking.
Mhm.
Which isn't it isn't all. emotions that I feel. It's just like certain ones that I'm not comfortable with talking about. You know, that's what I bottle up. You know, like it's not just your everyday emotions.
Mhm. Um, do mental health issues run in your family?
Let me think. I guess you could say anxiety, maybe. Um, I feel like on both sides of the family, anxiety played a pretty big role in our lives.
Uh, all right, we're almost finished today. What are some things you do that help you cope with stress?
Spending time with family, music, gaming, driving around, and just doing different activities outside of work. Just having fun.
Um, those are healthy. Those are some healthy skills there. What would you say are your biggest strengths?
Um, I'm hardworking. I'm loyal. Um, and I always try to do right by my family.
Those are some amazing qualities. What goals would you like to work on moving forward?
Hmm. Managing my overthinking. Maybe learning to open up more whenever I'm mad or just expressing my emotions that I would normally bottle up. Um, and just like not letting my stress control me. Like learning to take a minute and breathe.
Mhm. Um, uh, that's a great start. Thank you for opening up today, Spencer. You shared a lot, and it really helps me get a full picture. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so. You did a great job though.
All right. All right. Thank you again. I'm proud of you and I appreciate you being a part of my final assessment.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Bye.